Hello and welcome back to Ravenstorm Studios for part 2 of a fanfiction reading of Feathers and Elsewhere University Tale. Just before I begin the video, I would like to quickly note that this is the last drawing I will do for a while, as this was a rather big project for me, and I am just kind of feeling like I'll need to take a break. I will still be releasing videos, but yeah, I won't be doing as many drawing ones for a little while. I also wanted to just say that there will be a small amount of coarse language, 2 instances of the F word towards the end of the video, and I'm very sorry for that. So if you have a parent or guardian and you're a child, please get them to review this before you listen to it. Again, I am sorry. So with that, let's begin. Chapter 2. You go through security. Board the plane. None of the metals pull at your bones. Just to see if you can, you spin fanciful lies about yourself as you make conversation with your seatmate. The words want to stick in your throat, but you're mostly sure that's from years and years and years of choosing your words ever so carefully with strangers, not for any less mundane a reason. You leave the airport, head straight to the train station. While you wait for the train car to board, you catch the eyes of others who are bound for elsewhere. It's not many of you that are involved. Faye touched. Not really, but the ones that are gaze into your crow pearls, your salt, your belt of silvered chain. You ponder the charms you see on bracelets, the envelopes of seed you see poking out of a bag, the new tattoos of things abstract and old, the iron hanging from ears and necks and noses. You wonder if what you're looking at is armor, or if it's arms. Not Jenna is waiting for you when you get back to elsewhere. You both make all the right noises. How are you, and how was your break? Asked and answered. For all that she's happy to see you, her bright eyes are grim, and she hurries you deeper into the grounds as soon the crowd of returning students starts to dissipate. As you go, you see Cat Eyes following a meandering pair of tabbies off the path. Never why is that. But then, Cat Eyes sells glasses for true seeing, and has for a while now. She's got the protection of something, given her continued ownership of her own eyes. 3 of the football players are walking away, each arm in arm with one of those cheerleaders. The girl who works at the bakery being herded away by her boss. This is breaking the rules. Not Jenna is very good at pretending to be human, but she is nonetheless pretending. She has never been waiting for you to come back to elsewhere before. Honestly, you're not sure she's ever noticed you're leaving. In the past, none of the gentry do. Usually, and yet the most Fae-touched of your year are being quietly separated. From the looks of things, either someone has offended the court so severely that a wild hunt is being called and favoured mortals are being hidden away, or the rules are changing. The last time the rules changed, the story goes, a professor was taken. The chemistry department revolted. The students went underhill to steal back their stolen professor. Blood was spilled. People died. The gentry learned new ways to fear iron. People learned new ways to fear. The court and the chem majors stay away from each other now. If the wild hunt rides tonight, many, many people will die, and it will be a long, long time before the bloodstains fade. If the rules are changing, it will be longer. Not Jenna's hand is cool in yours, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's not worried. Sometimes she forgets to sweat, especially when she's worried. You ask quietly, "Where are we going?" "Somewhere safe," she says, just as softly. After a beat you offer the dormitory, but her lips tighten against her jaw. You look away before you can see the outline of her teeth. You walk like that, hand in hand and silent for a long time. Your feet hurt, and they don't. The edges of the path are beginning to blur, and your thoughts are slow. Idly you feel flattered. You know not Jenna likes you, but this is less amusement at a pet, and more concern for a friend. A smile stretches across your face. She's so good at playing human. You never thought you'd be so happy to be taken. She stops to pinch your smile back onto your face. Ha! Your smile, it's stretching. It's funny. Keep it together, Corvus, she says, and the sound of her voice is silent. In the silence is enough to jolt you back to yourself, at least a little. You breathe in deeply and don't move when she tugs at your hand. You start to look around, but whatever Not Jenna wants you're not there yet. The in-between place hurts to look at, so you look at Not Jenna instead. She tugs again. Wait, I don't. You trail off. Her eyes are so bright. Come on, Corvus. We have to keep going. It's not safe yet. It's hard to think. I'm not safe. You tell her? And she nods. That's right, you're not safe. That's why we have to keep going. You try the words out in your mouth. If we keep going, we'll be safe? Even as Not Jenna hesitates, you know the words for a lie. You're never safe in elsewhere. Your thoughts realign. I'm not safe, you tell her. She nods frantically, but she's misunderstanding. You look her in the bright, so bright, eyes. You tell her a third time, with intent. I'm not safe. And you can feel Not Jenna become aware of the pearls, the salt at your throat, the dirt under your nails, the crow feathers you brought from outside, the chain draped around your waist. She stills, balance of power upset. Her sudden wariness is exquisite. She's brought you to this in-between place. The rules are different. She tries one last, third time. Corvus, please, she says, plaintive, but Corvus is not your name, and she's plugged at the attention of something else by saying it. There is the sound of wings and the sudden arrival of something much stronger than Not Jenna lends solidarity to your surroundings, pulls solidity out of you, something like that. And suddenly you're back, still, in elsewhere, just a few steps off the path. Not Jenna shrieks, angry, foiled, frustrated, but affects calm when whatever court Fae is watching flexes its presence at her. She takes a deep breath. As much as she likes you, the crows staked their claim on you first. You know, in your heart, Not Jenna will never call you Corvus again. She lost the right to call you that, but from now on, it will always be Feathers. You don't know who won the right. Black, grey, blue, silver, glossy feathers, you have an idea. Change of plans, she chirps, cheerful and bright once more. This way, she says, tugging you back the way you came. You should see this. You pull your hand from hers, but follow readily enough. She has her back to you, and crows perch, watching, in all the trees around you. The pearls on your wrist rattle, rattle, rattle. Not Jenna leads you to the heart of the campus, and you see what Not Jenna meant. There's been a theft. The thing about Elsewhere University is that all the paperwork for enrollments, transfers, matriculations, transcripts, all the student records are kept in hard copy in the administrative building. There is, you've been told, remarkably little paperwork compared to other institutions of higher learning. A student's full name appears maybe 4 times, at most, in their entire record. Everything else is filled by student ID number, and even those are guarded jealously. The administrative building is a terrifying beast of a building, strangely Gothic in architecture, wrapped up in wrought iron fencing, the tilted floors and ceiling glinting with the flecks of strange metals. Inside of the building is always humid. Speckled throughout its well-lit halls are numerous water features, most of which stand guard outside doorways, precisely 3 of which trickle across the floor. Grains of salt spill across the main lobby. Bowls of salt water are left on cabinets, tables, by door jambs in twisted parody of the customary offerings. There was an attempt to install computers in the administrative building once. Only the once. The gentry cannot use computers is the thing. It would have shifted the balance of things just a tad too much. You heard an administrator tell an RA once. The castle may be guarded with whatever trials and traps we humans can think of, but there must actually be a princess in the castle. There must be an illusion of fair play. An illusion of fair play is a pretty great way to describe the general attitude of the gentry. An illusion only, and whatever beyond is what you win on your own merits. The administrative building is a husk of itself. When you come upon it, it has been broken, breached, defiled, no longer have a haven born of old world traditions and human ingenuity. You are not the first to arrive. One of the football players is standing on the steps in the front of the building. His jersey is all torn up. He's got kiss-swollen lips, red and purple marks all along his neck, and claw marks still bleeding up and down one arm, as if something with claws hadn't wanted to let him go. You think his teammates were probably not so lucky. You pull your bottle from your purse and offer him 2 Tylenol. He hesitates. You tell him, freely given. Only then does he take them. You can see him start to say thank you, and then stop. I appreciate it, he says instead. You carefully do not think. Smart and lucky. One to watch, because that is a very fey thought to think. You take 2 yourself. The time spent in the in-between place has left you feeling like you've been reading too long in a poor light. The commiserating grimace you share with the football player at the taste of the pills is comforting in its humanity. Cat Eyes arrives then, unhurried, completely unruffled, still escorted by the 2 tabby cats. She definitely has something watching out for her. You wonder what the price is. You know you'll never ask. The 3 of you, 6 counting Not Jenna and the cats, many more counting the crows, stand waiting in silent agreement until it becomes apparent neither the baker nor the other athletes are going to make it. The football player that did breaks the silence first. Those girls, he chokes up. Oh geez, the kid's a freshman. Yeah, those weren't human, Cat Eyes but huffs. The teeth on those things are pretty gnarly. She lets that stand in the air a moment, then asks, considering. You see what happened to your teammates? He shakes his head. That's probably for the best, you tell him. He shakes his head, just sort of breathes his confession out. I just left them. If you hadn't, you'd have never gotten away, Not Jenna tells him, ever cheerful, and he whirls, as if only just now seeing her, which is possible. He starts to say something, stops, tries again. The rest of you are content to watch him struggle with it. Fey-touched, all of you. Finally he asks, why are we here? You already know the answer to that, you tell him. You've lasted this long. You got away. You might not have believed the stories, but you still saw what shouldn't be seen, and you still have eyes because you followed the rules. It's why you didn't want to take the Tylenol from me until I told you there'd be no debt. You already know. The time for grief, for weakness is passing, if it even ever occurs elsewhere at all. He looks at you, answers his own question. They stole our names, didn't they? Not Jenna nods. Cat Eyes lets out a long, slow whistle, like when a bomb drops. Yeah, she says, we're all fucked. Well, Cat Eyes orients to you, all sharp corners. What do you mean, well? You hum a single note, reach up to stroke Barnes' head when he wings down to land on your shoulder from a nearby tree. Well, it is Tuesday. Not Jenna laughs, a loud, pealing, disrespectful. Tuesdays are the best days for raids, she starts. And adventures, as long as they're small, you pipe in. Nothing can go too terribly wrong on a Tuesday, Cat Eyes finishes, in the tone of someone quoting something long heard that only now makes sense. But our names, that's not small, is it? The football player asks, and it's clear he wants to believe you, wants to be convinced. We'll only be stealing back what's already stolen, Jenna tells him, kind and smiling. He smiles back a little bit. Nothing terribly big about that at all, you tell him. Cat Eyes laughs then, convincing herself, stealing back what's stolen. Fuck me, and there's precedent. You Dorm 5 girls were crazy. She turns towards the football players. So what do we call you? He pulls the remains of his jersey off, runs a couple of fingers over what's left of his number, lets it fall to the ground. He straightens up. Call me 13. You take it back. This stupid, stupid boy, he's going to get you all killed. Heavy on your shoulder, Barnes laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs. Thank you very much for listening to Feathers and Elsewhere University fanfiction reading, and if you like this, please check out the other videos on my channel and give it a like and subscribe, and I will also, a little announcement, I will soon be uploading most of my images from the videos I've done in the past to my Tumblr, which is chaotic_geese42, which I will be linking in the description, and I will also be releasing another one of these soon. If you would like me to do the full series, please pop a comment down, and if there's anything else you would like me to do as a video, please also put that down, because I'm always open to ideas, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Have a wonderful day. Bye!